Welcome back to the Jesse Rucinski Show. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining. And thank you if you've already were one of the people that checked out Racing with Jesse Rucinski from this morning with, Walter. Greatly appreciate that too. And I figured, today as it is Friday, we should maybe do something a little different. I mean, we're still going to hit the same things, but did anyone hear the words that actually came out of the president's mouth during that speech? I don't care what anyone says, stammering, whatever you want, like that. As someone that occasionally has, some cognitive issues from head injuries. Yeah, that's not stammering. That's gone. That's gone. Gone. And it's sad, it's terrifying. We know what the rest of the world thinks because look how they're reacting to everything they want. They're just doing whatever they want because he exudes weakness. And at least I've never stopped in mid. Yeah. And moved on from there. Like that was just the worst thing ever. And I only bring it up because it keeps getting worse. And anyone that tries to tell you it's not continuously getting worse, well, I don't need to finish that sentence. We all know exactly how I feel about all of those people. Like it becomes more and more blatantly obvious every day. And again, I'm like there cognitively at times. Like there's days where I can't move my head like that without everything starting to spin because of vertigo and all that from the head injury. So I do have, things, and you hear me when I'm where I just space out, not like mid words, like where I do it and I do it, so I notice these things. I'm not in complete denial. I'm not in Biden derangement, Trump derangement, no kind of derangement. I'm just someone that knows it, has it, and sees it. And again, look at all the times I went after President Trump, for example, for all those years. Like every time, like he didn't really misspeak ever, but like once or twice, like they'd freak out. Remember when after he shook all the cadets' hands in the cold and the rain, saluted everybody, he walked slowly down a wet ramp in his leather-soled shoes so he didn't, fall down and eat it and look like an idiot. And how many days of news cycles were taken up by them saying he's weak, he's unfit to, lead and be president. There's something wrong with him. He's dying. Like all the stuff that went over tried to say that why we should get rid of him because he didn't want to slip and fall on a ramp and look like an ass. Because he's the leader of the free world, and anyone listening to this, whatever side you're on, we all remember it because it was continuous forever, like the whole time, no matter what he did his whole presidency, but especially that one. They tried to make it out to where he was unfit, but yet all of those same people are seeing this and making excuses when it's actually like a real problem and dangerous for him to be in the situation that he's in. And they make excuses and pretend it doesn't happen. They edit out transcripts, like you actually can look up transcripts, and even in the description it says somewhat edited transcript. Like, sorry, it's the words that came out of his mouth. There should be zero edit at all. None. Nada. Shouldn't happen. But they're doing stuff like that, cutting whole sentences, paragraph, all kinds of stuff out when he slips like that and treating us like we're all stupid and we don't see it. I mean, how many times has he fallen asleep at summits where they've caught him? Which, by the way, makes us look horrifically weak, amongst other things. Oh, watch out. Amazon's down 13.37% now. Oh, they're at 12. I think 12.5 at the beginning of the day while I was recording the racing show. That's not good. Tesla's up 2.4. Cool. Anyway, back to, but how many times has he fallen asleep during that? And we've seen him do it. How many times what do you think, Nance? And they just cut the feed when he's on with things so no one can ask questions or do anything because he's not allowed to do it. He's just there. If you ever notice, well, I'm going to get in trouble. You're the president of the United States. You shouldn't be able to get in trouble for saying anything. Like you shouldn't have to ask permission. I was told I was told to answer questions from this exact list of reporters. Like, Yeah, that's the only time he's allowed to. How many times does he not even take questions where he just turns around and walks away, or whatever the hell you want to call it? You know, how many times does he stammer through things? Just like, the unbegotten gays, he just stammered through, the clip. Yeah. And they started again. It's just, I'm sorry, I don't say it because, I'm trying to be mean. I'm saying the leader of the free world should probably actually have something between his ears that's working fully. Like even the liberals, like media, the mainstream media is turning on him, and a lot of them. That's not good. That means he really is that far gone that they're on him already this much. And the polling is probably even worse than they're actually telling us for them to be jumping on him this much. And it's not good at all. At all, at all. Okay, here we are. I just find it ironic that the one word he couldn't get out of his mouth, which was kleptocracy. Because if you hear the definitions, which I'm about to go over, sounds oddly familiar, let's say, to what is going on. He's, calling them. And don't forget all the people, we're still getting dumped on, people that have, like, Hunter situation, John Kerry, multiple houses, all these people being that, while the people that they're allegedly here trying to help, while they're in office, are getting more and more screwed every day. Yeah, it is amazing that that's the one word that he couldn't get out of his mouth. And if you don't know kleptocracy, got two of them from the Oxford Dictionary. One, a society or system ruled by people who use their power to steal the country's resources. Does that sound oddly familiar? And two, a government by people who use their power to steal the country's resources, which, virtually the same thing, but it sounds oddly familiar when you look at all the millionaires in Senate and Congress. Well, our lives get worse, and yet they give themselves $21,000 raise. And they already make more than enough money where inflation isn't killing them. Like they're going to go and cost us more money and take more money from taxes to pay themselves more. Like, I'm sorry, that's taking all of our resources and money we give them to bury us even farther, because all they're going to do is spend more money that we don't have, which is not going to help anything. But it's amazing that they use their power to do that when they haven't done anything to actually help any of us in how long? Ooh, the VA got a I went up and I still took pay cut because of everything, but they gave themselves $21,000 extra a month when they already make six figures. Sounds like they're stealing our resources and stuff we have to enrich their lives while screwing all of us. Look at Hunter using his dad's name. Guess what? It's all confirmed. It's amazing. The only stuff that people didn't confirm was the stuff that, when they went through it, that involved Joe getting payments. It's funny. That's all the stuff that's non-confirmable. Can't wait till that actually becomes confirmed by some of these news outlets. But it also goes back when you look at, Mitt Romney's kid there, John Kerry's kid. Like, look at all the same people. Like, it's all a lot of the same people getting in all these boards just because of who they are, who their parents are, and what position they're in. Just like when right before all the stuff started happening with vaccines and all that. It's amazing how so many of them dumped stocks in some things and they got right on that. Or right before they put all their green energy in their electric cars, we're going to have a whole fleet of them. It's amazing how many of them suddenly had stocks in it a week or two before, and their spouse did it. Yeah, your spouse just happened to know that you guys were about to sign that to give all kinds of money to the electric vehicle market. So you guys went and bought stock in it because it was about to boost from that. It's convenient. How many people bought stocks in companies that make rounds, ammunition, rockets, military equipment, all that's amazing how they do that. Their spouses always seem to do it right before they put something out and through, where funding will get spent, because then obviously the stock value goes up and then they can make a killing off of it. Like, it's amazing how that all happens. And if you listen to the definition, again, a society or system ruled by people who use their power to steal the country's resources. Well, they're using the power to steal all kinds of money from everybody, which is, enriching their lives and keeping all of us way down because they want to raise taxes to help with inflation and interest rates, even though they're the ones that way overspent. We all said it was going to happen, but they're going to, raise interest rates and taxes on all of us while giving themselves a $21,000 pay raise. Maybe they should make less money and donate, like any of their stuff to it, but they are certainly using their power to steal from every single one of us, and every chance they get, they screw us and give themselves another pay raise, just like they did during COVID. And everyone else was struggling. They gave themselves like another $20-some thousand pay raise when they're literally sitting at home most of the time. And all you have to have is a brain in between your ears. And you can see it clear as day. It's just getting people to actually give a damn. But yep, out of that whole entire speech, he finally got to that word. And something clicked in his brain because he knows. And it's clear as day. All of this stuff and his cognitive inability and how corrupt all of them are and how much it really does fall into that. Again, how many of them have multiple mansions and planes and all kinds of stuff. And they keep, again, pay raises, knowing when to buy stocks, all that happens all the time. Yet here we are. I don't like it. You don't have to like it. But you can't look at it all if you're actually like, no matter what side you're on. If you actually go into it and you say you're not partial, and it's not just because, like, then you can see that clear as day how many of them, like, it doesn't make sense. All the stuff they have, all the pay raises they give themselves, which, by the way, they get paid by us, taxpayer dollars, go to that. So they're enriching their lives while screwing us completely. Like they didn't have the extra cash laying around anyway. And it's all right there, which is really, depressing and sad. The people are that ignorant, just don't care. That's really the thing. It's so divided now. They're just taught to hate us, no matter what, no matter how clear as day it is, no matter anything. We are always wrong. We are always psychos. It's, I don't know. I don't like it, but with that, I'm gonna close it out there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Cloud Hub, Reddit Only, Twitter, MeWe, Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, Breaker, Good Pods. Appreciate y'all really on Good Pods. Keep, spreading it out, keep growing that up. I see it and I greatly do appreciate it. No matter where you are, how you're listening to it or watching it, I greatly appreciate it. Please feel free to follow along on those platforms I mentioned, especially on YouTube, Rumble. Just subscribe to the thing, hit like on the video, leave a comment. It helps out immensely. Takes a few seconds, but it helps out. Follow the Facebook page so you can see when I put stuff on there, and share all of them out to your socials to help you keep it growing. Those people on Facebook love me in the algorithm. So keep that going. If you're on Twitter, find me on there and share the stuff out under Jesse Rucinski. I think it's Ski7307 still from way back when. We can't change the name, but you can find me under Jesse Rucinski. And also, special thing, it's finally happening for the first time in 11 months. I'm doing a Sunday sit down. It's with Justin Miller, part 3. This is number 3 for him. We're going to talk about, I guarantee it's going to be all over the board. Knowing us, one thing will lead into like, ooh, shiny. But that's going to be on Sunday. So please be on the lookout for that one. I'm excited about it again. Haven't done one in 11 months, and that was with him last Memorial Day, I believe. So please keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, enjoy your weekend. Be good to each other. Make the most out of it that you can. We'll have the Sunday sit down on Sunday, and then I'll be back like usual on Tuesday. So be good to each other. Enjoy the rest of your day, and peace.